Hello again, football fans. It's Commercial Review. I hope you all had fun at the halftime show. And got yourself something good to eat, emptied your bowels, because this part could go long. Last week we scratched the surface of advertisements that were made for Super Bowl 2015, and this week we're hoping to rip that surface off so we can see what's really going on. Speaking of what's really going on, I watched this Bud Light ad and immediately wondered, is this dude real? Not as in, did they make this with CG? But more, is this photogenic person somebody who was paid in the past to be photogenic? By which I just mean, is this person an actor? The whole hidden camera motif works best when it doesn't look like the footage cost many thousands of dollars to make. I should not wonder if there is an entire crew behind every camera used in this commercial, such as person who sits in the back and says, yeah, let's redo that shot, and person who does the framey thing with their hands, and person who brushes back the real person's hair. I don't like being suspicious. In my perfect world, advertisements that say they feature real people always actually feature real people who really just wanted to come off the street for a drink. Also, in my perfect world, pancakes are free, and Kim Jong-un is a stand-up comedian. But that's not the world we live in. This guy might just have been another random dude. I'm not saying he's not, but when marketers use situations influenced by reality TV and don't make it extremely clear that this is real and these are real people, I just feel lied to. There are other similar commercials where some dude happens to go on the ride of his life, or a group of some people, happy, good-looking, racially diverse people, get approached for a random, fun time. And who knows, maybe all of those have been real. But if you're marketing to anybody under the age of 35, then at some point you need to count on at least some of that demographic knowing what goes into videography. I mean, the nerdier millennial generation is as full of gullible people as any generation, but after many, many years of watching it, they've kind of got a sixth sense for what looks real on TV. Speaking of what real looks like, have you ever been face to face with expired yogurt or a dead beaver? Not pleasant. And they don't really feature well in advertisements, because they're both disgusting. Now, old people are not disgusting. Just getting that out of the way. But there is a reason we prefer to see more youthful, rosier people on television. In addition to not making us look into the inevitable pit of our own old age and death, they also look a lot better. Dodge took a bet that you'd enjoy seeing a really old person's face this close, as much as you would enjoy seeing a cool car. The 100-year-old motif works really well, and I'm sure that there are other ways of comparing awesome old people to your awesome company. But getting extremely up close and personal, this close, distracts me. So instead of focusing on the story of the people and the car, I'm forced to contemplate how saggy and oddly creepy a person's face looks when they get to be 100 years old. And if anyone complains that I'm being ageist, look at yourself in the mirror and tell me that you would not mind looking 100 years old for the rest of your life, and then we can talk. There could have been shots from farther away, or there could have been a montage with pictures of these centenarians as they grew over the years, compared to pictures of Dodge growing up too. In closing, this is a commercial I'll remember, but not one that I'll want to see again, because it doesn't age well. If there was someone here, I would ask them to slap me in the face right now. Speaking of slapping me in the face, there is a small contingent of commercials that will straight up say, this is a commercial. Give us your life money. And while that's honest, it's difficult to pull off without making both parties wink at each other. As in, I know this is cheap and dirty, but let's have fun with it. Like two strip club truckers making out with each other. And for our stance on that stance, see this video. Some, however, do get it right that they want your money, and they deserve it, because they're selling you what you want. Except for the case of Newcastle, I've never seen both types released under the same ad campaign. So here, for the cheap and dirty angle is,
this is the United States of winning, and we're taking it to the end zone every day. Because in America, there are no timeouts, and it's Americans like you that make America so American.
Yeah. Wow, that was so moving. Big game advertising, right? A great way for big brands to blow $4 million on 30 seconds of airtime. But hey, why do big brands have all the fun? Why do they get to blow all their money? Shouldn't the little guys have a chance? Well, Newcastle Brown Ale has come up with a totally exciting, sexy, brilliant solution. We're looking for brands like, I don't know, maybe your brand. Look at this adorable dog that could make your battery brand more appealing to high-earning mothers aged 35 to 44. And look at this mouth, these white teeth that could be shilling your product on national TV. Look at this boring landscape that could be beautified with your logo.
She gets the content right. Commercials are just a way of taking away your hard-earned happy cabbage. But the tone is so cynical that I can't really be invested in whatever comes next. It's as if an employee at a store walked up to you and said, "Hey, so this company chops down acres of endangered monkey homes in the Amazon, and they don't offer healthcare, and they're like dumping baby-killing toxins into the river. But do you want to support their campaign to help out local businesses?" I mean, the second part of this campaign works so well.
I love these floors.
They're Armstrong flooring. Oh, you know what else I love? This Gladiator GarageWorks Chillerator refrigerator. It's tough enough for the garage, but it's stylish enough for the home.
Because it says, yeah, we're product placing all over the place, and this stuff is awesome. As if that employee was saying, "I'm really just coming up to you because we're selling this cool new thing. Also, if you're not into that, those people are selling cake." Proving that it's possible to be transparent without showing all of the ugly guts.
Find out how our brand could help your brand help our brand, most importantly.
Speaking of ugly guts, let's talk about dead children. Yeah, you did hear me right. We actually have to talk about this. Nationwide decided that it would be a good idea to make a very special episode about preventable deaths of children. And while that's admirable, and straight up ballsy, it's also really off-putting, and I hated it.
I couldn't grow up because I died from an accident.
At Nationwide, we believe in protecting what matters most. Your kids. Together, we can make safe happen.
We mentioned last week that at no point during the Super Bowl do you want to see a sad puppy. This commercial takes that idea up to the next floor. There are so many other ways of talking about preventable baby deaths, without showing us really unsettling slow motion shots of preventable baby death locations. And I realize, let's shock the viewers, was the game plan, but there is a difference between shocking and nauseating. And you probably don't want to be playing with the latter when a lot of your audience is getting ready to heave already with a lot of cheap beer and nacho platters. Save the children! Seriously! But my motivation for doing so should be, children are amazing, and not, that's gross. As always, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. We'll be here next year for whatever corporations throw at you and us for Super Bowl 2016. In the meantime, you can like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you all next week.